Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, great for recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day these days. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means share with anybody you think might get something out of it. Welcome to the Christmas Eve edition today, guys. And again, I will be doing a video tomorrow on Christmas. I might have to do it early in the morning because I'm incredibly thrilled that I'm invited to my brother's house. Two of my brothers and like 40 people, all family. My brother and his kids' mom's family get together and do a big, a big all day long prime rib, lasagna, gifts, movies, and just hang out. And I haven't been a part of anything like that in decades, guys. Never mind the fact that last year on Christmas I sat in a rehab. And guys, you know what? I wasn't miserable. For the most part, because I understood I was at the best place I could possibly be at that moment. But now I fast forward to this year, and guys, I've been out Christmas shopping all day. I went and looked at one little job this morning, but I slept in. I came home and I took a nice long nap because again, I'm getting over a cold and getting over being sick. I'm feeling pretty good now. And then I went and did a bunch of Christmas shopping and I didn't have to. Nobody was expecting gifts from me, but I'm like, you know what? I want to have the Christmas spirit, so I cranked up a bunch of good Christmas music that I like, Kinks and Waitresses, and I went and I dealt with the crowds at the malls, and I bought myself a really nice sweatsuit. Good bit of money I spent on that, but anyway. And it had a fantastic day, guys. Literally, I was like almost choked up emotionally all day at how much, as I reflect on the differences in my life today. Like, this is by far the best year I've ever had in my life. It's shocking to me, and it's even better knowing that as so long as I remain part of this program, I can say the same thing next year. This next coming year, I'm so full of hope. And the difference between last year and this, because I was full of hope last year too. I knew some good things were going to happen, but I just didn't know what it was going to look like. This year, I've got the whole year's experience of what to expect for next year, as long as I continue doing the work. And man, am I bought in, and man, am I happy. And all these things have come because I've become a part of, instead of isolated from, the group, the community, recovery, like so many things, guys. And that's the reading today, guys. The group, because you know what, meetings are one of the most important parts of my recovery program, and I strongly suggest, like I always do, that you make it a part of yours as well. There's so many beautiful blessings, bonuses, and relationships that come from that. It's absolutely amazing, guys. The group. The 12th step of our personal program also states we carry the message to the addict who still suffers. The group is the most powerful vehicle we have to carry that message. When we first come to recovery meetings, we meet recovering addicts. We know they are addicts because they talk about the same experiences and feelings that we've had. We know they are recovering because of the serenity they have. Because of their serenity, they have something we want. We feel hope when other addicts share their recovery with us in meetings. The atmosphere of recovery attracts us to the meetings. That atmosphere is created when group members make a commitment to work together. We try to enhance the atmosphere by setting up the meetings, greeting newcomers, and talking after the meeting. These demonstrate our commitment to make our meetings attractive and help our groups share their recovery. Help our groups share their recovery. Sharing experience in meetings is one way in which we help each other. It's often the foundation for our sense of belonging. We identify with other addicts, so we trust their message of hope. Many of us would not have stayed in recovery without that sense of belonging and hope. When we share, we support our own recovery while helping others. And the affirmation is just for today. I will reach out to another addict in my recovery group and share my recovery. Guys, I'm telling you, one of the things, and again, I look at everything as every single moment of this past year has had a meaning and has set me in the right direction because I've paid attention for once. And I'm going to go back to the day that I got out of rehab, because that's an important day. That's the day that I now celebrate. I will celebrate my 1 year recovery. I expected that when I was in rehab. I thought December 13th was going to be my 1 year date because I'd given up the drug and gone into rehab. But I was taking methadone, I was taking Suboxone, and it was prescribed, so it would have been fine. I could have been okay with that. I have nothing against medically assisted treatment. I'm still on Suboxone. But when I get out that day, I was balking. I was still taking my own will. I was still deciding what I was going to do because I was happy that I'd signed up for the IOP, knowing that I needed intensive outpatient programming, but I had no intention of doing their group meetings, and I haven't. I'm not big on the group meetings of that kind. I like the recovery meetings. But I had no intention of going and finding an NA or an AA meeting because I thought I had work, I got this, I got that. I was still taking my self will. I surrendered a lot at that point, but that final moment of surrender came when I stayed in rehab until my medically assisted treatment doctor's appointment. So I went right from there, right from the rehab to my doctor's. I got my medication. I came home and I said, all right, you know what? I got to clean this apartment. The police had been here to drag me to rehab. There was just paraphernalia and, shit everywhere. So as I was cleaning the house, I was watching videos and I'm not paying attention. And in the back of my mind, I keep seeing all these crack pipes. And I'm like, oh, I know I got to stay off the heroin, but maybe once in a while I could, party on the weekend with a little bit of crack. Yeah, I'm going to be a social crack smoker, right? If you haven't met one, I haven't. So as I was cleaning, boom, sure enough, there's a piece of crack and there's a pipe. So I boom threw it in the pipe and I took a hit, not even realizing what I was doing. And the second that I did, guys, my heart sank. I was just hit with this overwhelming sense of failure and this sense of dread. And I was like, oh my Lord. Because the second I got high, I knew what was going to happen. I was going to go right back to what I was doing. And I'm like, no, I can't. So instead of throwing in the towel, calling the crack dealer and getting more drugs or looking for more, I dropped to my knees and I said a prayer, because that is what I'd been practicing doing in rehab, was building a conscious contact relationship with my higher power. So I did. I dropped down and immediately God told me, get out of the house. Not like, but that was the sense that came to me. You got to get away from this house. Got to just go. I mean, guys, it was 9 o'clock in January. It was freezing out. I had nowhere to go, but I walked across the street. I quit smoking at that point, but I'm like, I'll go get a pack of cigarettes. Just get out of the house. So I went across the street, and lo and behold, I've told the story so many times, there was a girl in Cumberland Farms that was talking to the guy at the counter, and I realized it was taking too long. I had my headphones in, so I took my headphones out, and I asked her, I said, what are you looking for? And she's like, oh, I'm trying to find an address. So I pulled up the map, and I walked her through it, and we figured out where she was going, gave her directions. She thanked me. She went to walk off, and as I realized, as I stepped out of the Cumberland Farm, she asked me for a cigarette. So I'm like, yeah, I only wanted one. You can have the pack. And then I realized she was walking. I said, it's really cold out, and that's like a 2-mile walk. I'm like, you want to ride? And she's like, oh my God, I'd so appreciate that. I'm like, I got a truck across the street. So as we walked over here, I'm like, listen, I have my headphones in. I don't really get what's going on here. Seems something's kind of weird. Like, is there something else I can do for you? And she goes, well, I'm going to go to a client's house, hoping that they might have AAA or hoping they might be home. I locked my keys in the car, and I need to get in the car. And I'm like, huh. You know what? You don't even know that they're home or if they have AAA. I'm like, I might have AAA. And I looked up my AAA. It was expired because it expired when I was in rehab. And I'm like, but you know what? I'm a mechanic. I have tools here. I could probably just get you into your car. And she's like, really? You do that? And she had no idea, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'd be more than happy to. I needed to get out of myself, guys. I needed to get away from my house. Like, this was something I could, preoccupy myself other than my own misery at the moment. So I did. I took her to her car. I got some tools together, took her to her car. It was a Subaru with no metal frame around the window, so it's the easiest cars to get into. I got into her car in like 5 seconds. And she gave me a hug, and she's like, thank you so much. You have no idea. Like, I feel like I met an angel. And I'm like, you're doing me a bigger favor than I'm doing you. And she just like looked me sideways. And I'm like, well, and I told her, I said, I'm a recovering addict. I got out of rehab this morning. I just had I was having a hard time in my house, and I needed to get out and figure some stuff out. And you just led me down the right path. Like, doing something to others gets me out of my own misery. I need to engage with the recovery program. So I came home, and I felt a lot better about it. And I did a meditation. And the first thing the next morning, I called a neighbor of mine who happens to be in AA. I knew he was. He's told me about it before. I think he was trying to reach out a hand because he knew I was in a bad place. And my buddy brought me to my group, and I became a member of that group that day, guys. I engaged with recovery that day. I doubled down and re-promised myself that I would do everything offered, everything I could think of, and I would become a part of every group that I possibly could that made sense for me. And because I've done that, guys, I'm now sitting here coming up on my 1 year, celebrating Christmas, happier than I've ever been. I have made strides in my life that I never thought possible, guys. Like I work for a lot of millionaire property owners here in the city, and they're always like, listen, save up some money and we'll get you in. You could do this. And guys, for 8 years, I never went anywhere. Like I had everything in place that could, God was looking out for me all this time. But I kept taking my will and running amok with it and just destroying my life over and over again. So I finally started to understand that. So by going to meetings regularly, speaking regularly, getting to know people, staying early, now I chair and I love chairing my meeting. But guys, just becoming a part of the group, chasing my recovery, making it the most important thing in my life. And I did. And it's amazing. It is still to this day. Recovery comes first. This channel is my identity. Helping other addicts and helping those who still suffer is my main priority. And now the beauty of that is I've come to understand that the better I do for myself, the more I can do for others. So it gives me every bit of motivation on top of just finally actually coming to love the person that I am, building security for my future, like just making myself, and like guys, honestly, a year and a half ago I was laying in bed hoping to die. That's terrible. I'm sorry to say that, but it's God's honest truth. Today, I go out of my way to eat healthy, to drink water, to cut back the soda. I quit smoking. Like I don't touch any drugs. I don't take any supplements. I take a daily vitamin and methylene blue because it's good. Like basically, I chase my health. I'm doing everything I can to extend my life as long as possible because I feel like I know I have, not even feel like, but I've been given a fresh start. I've been given a clean slate, and I've done more in the last 11 and 3/4 months than I've done in the last 50 years. Like I'm on the fast track to nothing outrageous. I'm not going to be famous. I'm not going to make fucking influencer money. But I love my YouTube channel. I love this community. I love doing this reading. I love my recovery. I love my business. I will satisfy my biggest dream of owning rental property in Boston, the Boston suburbs, Somerville, Medford, wherever, Malden, Everett, I don't care, Cambridge, like whatever it's going to be. I will own my first $1 million rental property in 2026. I can say that honestly because I have over 3/4 of my down payment saved already. I've been working on my credit rating all year. My credit when I got out of rehab last year was 503. My credit's like 670 right now. Like it's not perfect, but it's come a long way. And I know in the next 6 months or so I can get it up over 700. I work with bankers. I work with realtors. I work with property owners. Like I know all these people. So it's no problem when I find the right, and they're gonna help me find the right property because these people want me to succeed. They want me to be one of them, not somebody that works for them. And it's all because I turned my will over to God. I seek knowledge of God's will for me. Basically, I follow these 12 steps. I've admitted my life had become unmanageable because that was the easiest admission I'd ever made in my life. I was ready to hang it up. I've become part of a group. I chair my AA meeting, and that's one of my identities. I was just grocery shopping to one of the gifts that I'm giving to my niece tomorrow. I'm not going to say it. She might watch the video. Never mind. I was just grocery shopping, and I ran into a couple of the girls from my meeting that go to a halfway house around here, and just the joy and excitement of seeing each other and saying hi and being able to say Merry Christmas and wish everybody at the house a Merry Christmas. I don't think I have time. I was actually looking forward to going to the noontime meeting tomorrow. I will be there for Friday, my meeting, but I'm supposed to be in Framingham at 1 o'clock, so I don't know that I'm going to make it, but I was looking forward to going and do that, guys. It's not a chore to do anything that's recovery related. I like to show up. I enjoy being a part of the group. I like to go there and uplift others and be there to greet people and let them know that they too can do this. Because guys, nobody out there has had more put in front of them by themselves than I did. I put myself in prison 15 times. I put myself on the street, homeless for almost 4 years, just over between 3.5 and 4 years, realistically. And that was one stretch, not a week here and a week there. I mean, I spent 3.5 years living outdoors. It's a wonder I've survived. I've died twice from overdose. I know many people have a lot more than that, but guys, I've been there, done that, and none of that is holding me back. Nothing can hold you back if you turn it over to somebody who has unlimited power. And that's the beauty of finding your higher power. My God is a loving God, not a punishing God. My God will, again, there's consequences for my actions. My God is not going to forgive me. He will forgive me, but He's not going to forego me having to face my own consequences of my actions. But so long as I'm willing to do that, I'm willing to take accountability for what I do, so long as I continue to pay attention to the actions that I'm taking and make the choice that is for the highest good that I can see at the moment. Not perfect. There's always better. There's things I don't see, and I'm still learning, and I'm still early on. And that's okay, because that just gives me hope that there's that much more bright room for growth and expansion in the future. Guys, this whole year has been nothing shy of a miracle. It is beyond my wildest expectations. If I sat in rehab, and I tried to visualize what the best outcome for this coming year could be, and at no point did I give myself anywhere near enough credit for what I was capable of, because what the reality has shown me for this year is 100 times better than anything I could have dreamed of when I tried to last year. So I don't do that anymore. I focus on what's in front of me. I try to make the most of what I can. I look at the opportunities and the signs and the trends and the possibilities, and I expect the best, and that's exactly what I typically receive, if not better, because I still have issues with my limited thinking. But as long as I continue to try and fix that and work on it and be faithful and live from a place of gratitude, then I can just expect them to be even better in this coming year. Guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all. Please celebrate safely. If you're alone, find somebody, find a meeting. If you're suffering, find a bed in a rehab if that's what you need. Find a program. Find a group, guys. There is strength in numbers. There is power in the group. There is love waiting for you. There is a better life. There is a new way to live. There are all these beautiful things just on the other side of that last drug. Put it down. Make today the day you start your new life, just like I did last year. Guys, thank you for being here. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. God loves you. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow in the next one.